Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Now we have a big breaking news coming in and it is the CNN News 18's mega exclusive. Now Pakistan Army has kicked off an operation in its own ranks. According to intelligence sources, the Pakistan Army starts investigation and operation against their own military officers who allegedly held PTI protesters on May 9th. The sources claim that 23 serving officers have now been taken into custody by Pakistan Army for interrogation. A joint team of military intelligence and inter-services intelligence has been formed to inquire and investigate the held officers. Now, the officers were in contact with Pakistan tehreek-e-insaf leadership after the arrest of former Prime Minister Imran Khan. The source tells that the officers allegedly involved in disclosing information about the army installations and attack on GHQ, Peshawar and Corps Commanders' residence in Lahore. Now, the Special Corps Commander Conference and National Security Committee meetings have already approved the trails of arsonists, abettors and facilitators under Pakistan Army Act and Officials Secret Act of Pakistan. So it's a big CNN News 18's mega exclusive that Pakistan Army has now kicked off operation in its own ranks. I have CNN News 18's Siddhant Mishra joining me on the broadcast. Siddhant, a very good morning to you. Could you give us more details about this investigation?
Well, yes, that's right. So, from maybe last 1 week, this operation is ongoing. Now, what Manoj Gupta is getting to for us is more details related to the operation which is being run by the Army of Pakistan, because it was realized by the army that a strict message needs to be sent out to the Awam of Pakistan that they should not be embroiled. They should not get involved in any sort of vandalism or rioting ever again in the country. And this is perhaps the reason that ISI and military intelligence, these two units are personally handling this case of investigation with regards to what happened on 9th of May. Now, we've been told 23 people have been arrested from the army only, and they are being thoroughly interrogated. And in fact, there are some findings which have been shared by army, which says that these 23 officers of the Pakistani army were in touch with PTI supporters, Imran Khan supporters, and the kind of vandalism that took place at GHQ Peshawar, the Lahore Corps Commander residence, and even at several other key military installations were not sudden outbursts or a sudden attacks. Those attacks were well coordinated. So this is what Pakistani army is claiming. And in fact, what Manoj Gupta is telling us is that these army officers were in touch with the Imran Khan supporters. And in fact, they also revealed the locations of key military installations in Pakistan. And because of which only these rioters, these miscreants could reach to those locations and vandalize those key installations related to army. So these are some shocking findings that have been put forth by the Army of Pakistan in public domain. And in fact, all these miscreants, including the officers of the Pakistani army, are going to be prosecuted under Official Secrets Act and various other sections of Army Act. And in fact, they are also going to be prosecuted in the Army Court. So the idea is to send out a strong message. And in fact, this entire operation has also got approval from the review committee meeting of the Corps commanders, which took place a few days back. So the idea is to give out a message that the Imran Khan supporters especially, and in fact those who sympathize with Imran Khan and they are in the Pakistani army, they should not repeat it again or should not even think of repeating it again. Otherwise, the punishment will be harsh. So this is an idea behind running this operation.
Well, Siddhant, I would request you to please hold on because I have Pathikrit Pine joining me on the broadcast. Pathikrit, a very good morning to you. Well, it's an investigation against its own. What's next? What can be expected next?
Good morning. The apprehensions were always there that the army of Pakistan today is deeply divided within one part which is pro-establishment, the other part which is pro-Imran Khan and even pro-Tehreek-e-Taliban. The actions that are being taken right now, from the perspective of the Pakistan Army's chief, they might be right actions, but this action is replete with a lot of danger. It might completely split the entire army top to bottom vertically into two segments. And it is not just about 23 or 24 odd officers which are being investigated. There is a section which is extremely sympathetic. The writ of the army of Pakistan running large into the country and saying that we are the boss, makes sense if everything else goes right. Now, when everything else is absolutely in a precarious situation, whether it is the external debt or the inflation scenario or the implosion of Pakistan from inside or terror act activities or ethnic and sectarian violence or secessionist movements, in such a scenario, when the Pakistan army is not being able to contain any of these things, in such a scenario, I wonder to what extent the writ of the army chief will run. And because there is a strong possibility that there can be counter operations as well. This is the danger. And let's understand, even though there's a huge purge happening within the Imran Khan's party and within army, as we see, when it comes to Imran Khan's party, it is not just the leaders who are quitting. It was a spontaneous movement for people. The same kind may actually happen with the Pakistan army as well. Remember in 1971 what happened? The Bangladeshis, the East Pakistanis who were part of the Pakistan army completely, deserted the army, started the Mukti Bahini, helped in formation of Mukti Bahini, and then the civil war started. The possibility of something like that cannot be ruled out in the coming days. If these officers are tried and sentenced and shot, eventually given death punishment, there will be repercussions, and the repercussions are replete with danger in terms of splitting the army completely from vertically. And that is something which Pakistan today is not even a position to avoid. So it adds one more dimension to all kinds of problems that Pakistan is right now facing. Possibility, as I stated, that the establishment itself will be split into two and waging war against each other. That possibility remains very profound in the coming days.
Well, Pathikrit and Siddhant, thank you so much for joining me on the broadcast and bringing us all those important details. It's time for a short commercial break, but don't go anywhere as we'll come right back with more news and updates.